Welcome to Continuum's 15th episode of Press Play, our web series that dives deep into extraordinary works of contemporary music in both their performance and in informative conversation with the artists who create the work. My name is Joyce Toe, and I am the host of Press Play. Today, I am joined by Ian Cusson, a Canadian composer of art song, opera, and orchestra, whose work explores the Canadian Indigenous experience, including the history of the Métis people, the hybridity of mixed racial identity, and the intersections of Western and Indigenous cultures. Most recently, Cusson is a recipient of the 2021 Jan V. Matchek New Classical Music Circan Award. Congratulations. Woo! He is currently the composer in residence for the Canadian Opera Company. Welcome, Ian.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay, I am going to get right to it. So with A Cry from an Indian Wife, I'm wondering how the text became art song. So if you don't mind describing your process between them.
Yeah, with a lot of the writing that I do, the composing that I do, it is so driven by the text. And this incredible text is one that I read when I was taking a Canadian literature class in university at the University of Toronto many years ago. And the writer Pauline Johnson is such an interesting figure. I mean, her words, these longer narrative poems, are just absolutely incredible. They're visceral, they're dramatic, and I think that was the place of connection that I had with the work. But she's also a really interesting figure because she would do these recital performances, and she would dress as sort of the proper Victorian woman for half of the recital, and then would dress in traditional Indigenous garb. And really looking back to the past of her own family mixed ancestry. And so playing to two sides and finding where those places connect. And with this text in particular, it really dramatizes the struggle of a wife who, an Indigenous woman whose husband is going to fight for the nation, and this exceeding conflict of saying, you know, go fight, stand for the country, but what has the country done for us? So she's moving continually between these two conflicted states of, why should you go? You know, what is the point? They've just killed us. But go and do your duty. I was just so struck by the drama and the internal tension that was there. And I think all good art song is made by a meaty, awesome text that you can dig into as a composer, and to play up those tension points and to really elevate, or at least capture in music, the drama that exists in the poem. And that was certainly why I was so excited to set this work.
Thank you for sharing. That's awesome. As you were talking, I kind of had another question that came into mind. And so it really made me think about your, roles as a composer. It continues to expand and shift, particularly when I believe we are kind of markers of our time. We are creating work that really marks the political era, the social era in which we live in. So I wonder, what are your thoughts on conveying these kind of messages as a composer today? How do you try to meet these goals? Is there a challenging aspect to it? Because you're trying to share this message, but still trying to maintain this intimate relationship you have with your audience, between audience and narrative.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't think of myself very much as a political or deeply socially engaged person, and it's not the first thing I would use to describe myself. However, when I look back retrospectively at my body of work, I realized that it is exceedingly engaged. And so I think that there's, just as a point of self-reflection, I think that it says something about my interests, my core, even if they're not at the fore of my mind, preoccupations and interests. And so I think, what is most important to me is connecting with both the artist that performs the work and then the audience. And it's sort of it's this like three-legged stool, right? It's the composer, it's the audience, and it's the artist or artists. And all of them have a kind of equivalent role in the creating or receiving of a work. And so to me, it's a continual engagement between those legs of the stool. And so it's in terms of creating work that speaks to today. I think that is the most exciting kind of work that speaks to our day. But I find a work that drives a message is something that I'm not terribly interested in. Like I don't jump to message. I jump to human connection and human reaction in a particular situation. It's like if you throw people into a boiling pot and then watch what they're going to do. That's what fascinates me, and I think that's what engages audience. So in this work, we see the wife in a boiling pot of water and going, I'm sending off my husband probably to die and to fight for those who are our enemy, essentially. And all of that is just not sitting well with me. And so we get to watch her. And I think that's why an audience finds a place to engage, rather than saying, this is a work about a particular historic moment. This is a work about, injustice to Indigenous people. I mean, that is there, but it is not the primary thing. This is about this incredible woman who is faced with almost an impossible situation, and us watching and empathizing and engaging and journeying with her.
But forget we Indians owned the land from ocean unto ocean, that But white-robed priest, praise for your safety there, as prayer is led for every volunteer that swells the ranks that Canada sends out. Who prays for victory for the Indian scout? Who prays for our poor nation lying low? None. Therefore take your tomahawk and go. My heart may break and burn into its core, but I am strong to bid you go to war. Yet stay, my heart is not the only one that grieves the loss of husband and son. Think of the mothers o'er the inland seas. Think of the pale-faced maiden on her knees. One pleads to God some sweet-faced child that marches on toward the northwest wild. The other prays to shield her love from harm, to strengthen his young, proud, uplifted arm. Ah, how her white face quivers thus to think, your tomahawk his life's best blood will drink. She never thinks of my wild aching breast. For praise for your dark face and eagle crest, endangered by 1,000 rifle balls. My heart the target if my warrior falls. Oh, coward, save! I hesitate no more. Go forth and win the glories of the war. Go forth nor bend to greed of white men's hands. By right, by birth, we Indians own these lands. The star crest that lies our nation born. Perhaps the white man's God has willed it so.
Thank you for watching episode 15 of Press Play. Thank you, Marion Newman and Rachael Kerr, for your artistry, and thank you, Ian, for joining me in conversation and for sharing more about your arts practice. The next episode of Press Play broadcasts Thursday, November 4th at 7 p.m. with Comodidad del Aturdido by Mauro Zanoli, performed by Anthony Thompson on bass clarinet. Visit our website www.continuummusic.ca to learn more about all our upcoming Press Play episodes and other projects, to follow us on social media, and to sign up on our email list. And if you like what we are doing, click the support button and make a donation now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.